Good morning, everybody. We're going to start in a couple of minutes. So if you're outside, if you're grabbing your coffee, please come in and take a seat. Okay, let's begin. Welcome to Belvedere. Welcome to the first Sunday of spring. They say that spring March comes in like a lamb and out, in like a lion and out like a lamb. It came in like a lamb. The lion showed back up again. Hopefully, the lamb is coming. Beautiful weather ahead, and the trees are blossoming. So just to get ourselves started, let's go through a few announcements, what's going on in our neighborhood here. Next Sunday is Easter Sunday. So that means, what is today? This is a quiz. Palm Sunday. That's right. So next Sunday, Easter Sunday, is we have a special service with a testimony from our Pastor Justin. And what? Oh, okay. All right. Well, anyway, it's going to be great. Whatever it will be, and there'll be an egg hunt for the kids. And also after the service next week, there'll be a 65 plus senior living meeting. So if you're in that age group, stick around a little bit after service, and we're going to have a meeting about housing options for those people who are of retirement age. And as you know, there's a lot of bluster around about the Blue Dragon, and now our pastor Naokibi, the sub-regional director, will be coming to visit us on Saturday, April 6th. That's the following weekend. And so he's going to be speaking to different groups, the pastor's group at 7 a.m., the congregation at 9 a.m., and the next generation at 11 a.m. So be ready to join us on that Saturday morning here at Belvedere. And also the following day, Sunday gathering, will be local community gatherings. And this is planned by an organization by the CARE team. So the Southern Westchester event will be here at Belvedere, and you can contact your local CARE team representative for what's happening in your neighborhood. Also today, serving lunch today to try and raise funds for sending our pastor, Emily, never quite sure what his name is, which one comes first. But anyway, we're trying to send him to Korea for the big event there. So we're going to do a fundraiser to support his going to Korea. And we are also doing a prayer vigil for the Blue Dragon, which is an evening prayer. Starts at 8 p.m. most days, except Wednesday. But there's different groups hosting and leading each event. So we got the community care on Mondays, outreach and co-down on Tuesdays, sub-regional updates on Wednesdays, meditation and yoga on Thursdays, and the youth and young adults on Friday. And if you missed all of that, you can find it all at the belvederefamily.com website. So sorry about this, all the boring stuff out of the way. Let's worship and pray and praise and welcome up the song team.
All right, good morning, brothers and sisters. Please everyone rise. I'll be leading songs today, by the way, just in case you're confused. Yay. So we have a great set today. First one is I Can See Clearly Now, all about letting go and cleaning up the past to have a bright future. So let's sing I Can See Clearly Now.
I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. Yes, I can make it now, the pain is gone. All of the bad feelings have disappeared. Here is the rainbow I've been praying for. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. Bright, sunshiny day. Look all around, it's nothing but blue sky. Look straight ahead, it's nothing but blue sky. Clearly now, the rain is gone. I can see all the obstacles in my way. Here is the rainbow I've been praying for. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. Look all around, it's nothing but blue skies. Look straight ahead, it's nothing but blue skies. I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. I can see all the obstacles in my way. Here is the rainbow I've been praying for. It's gonna be a bright, 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 sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, 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 sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, 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 sunshiny day.
All right. By the way, let's welcome back Kent. After 10 years, he hasn't been at Belvedere, but he's here. Welcome back. We also have Stephanie on the drums. Let's get up for Stephanie. And our next song is a youth ministry classic, If I Had a Hammer. You guys know this one.
If I had a hammer, I'd hammer it morning, I'd hammer it evening, all over this land. I'd hammer out danger, I'd hammer out warning, I'd hammer out love between my brothers and my sisters, all over this land. If I had a bell, I'd bring it in the morning, I'd bring it in the evening, all over this land. I'd bring out danger, I'd bring out warning, I'd bring out love between my brothers and my sisters, all over this land. If I had a song, I'd sing it in the morning, I'd sing it in the evening, all over this land. I'd sing out danger, I'd sing out warning, I'd sing out love between my brothers and my sisters, all over this land. I've got a hammer, and I've got a bell, and I've got a song to sing all over this land. This is about freedom, it's something I love between my brothers and my sisters, all over this land. It's a hammer of justice. It's justice. It's the bell of freedom. It's a song about love between my brothers and my sisters, all over this land. Ooh.
You all sound so amazing. Give yourselves a round of applause. And we have one final performance song, so you guys can take a seat and enjoy. This song is called Be Somebody. And ultimately we want to clean out all of the negative energy so that we can be our true selves, right? So this is all about finding your true self, created in God's image. So, one moment. I'm just the boy inside the man, not exactly who you think I am. Trying to trace my steps back here again. So many times, I'm just a speck inside your head. You came and made me who I am. I remember where it all began so clearly. I feel a million miles away. Still you connect me in your way. And you created me something I would have never seen. When I can only see the floor, you made my window a door. So when they say they don't believe, I hope that they see you and me. After all the lights go down, just the words, you are the sound. A strange type of chemistry, you become a part of me. And when I sit alone at night, your thoughts burn through me like a fire. You're the only one who knows who I really am. We all wanna be somebody. We just need a taste of who we are. We all wanna be somebody. We're willing to go, but not that far. We're all see-through just like glass. We can shatter just as fast. That light's been burned out for a while. Still see it every time I pass. Lost in the coldness of my mind. Behind a box of reasons why. Never doubted it was there. Just took a little time to find. And even when I feel a million miles away, still you connect me in your way. And you've created me something I would have never seen. When I can only see the floor, you made my window a door. When they say they don't believe, I hope that they see you and me. After all the lights go down, I'm just the words, you are the sound. A strange type of chemistry, that you become a part of me. And when I sit alone at night, your thoughts burn through me like a fire. You're the only one who knows who I really am. We all wanna be somebody. We just need a taste of who we are. We all wanna be somebody. We're willing to go, but not that far. We all wanna be somebody. We just need a taste of who we are. We all wanna be somebody. We're willing to go, but not that far. I'm just the boy inside the man, not exactly who you think I am. Trying to trace my steps back here again so many times, but I can only see the floor. You made my window a door. So when they say they don't believe, I hope that they see you and me. Thank you. Our prayer. All right, please join me in prayer. Our most beloved Heavenly Parents, we thank you so much for this wonderful Sunday. We're gathered here to really let go of the past, all the negativity that has hold us down, God, all of the negativity that has stopped us from really being our true selves. We know that we are your children. We know that we're created in your image, that we have this incredible potential, God, to love and to be loved and to be in relationship with you and with one another, God. Heavenly Parent, we're so blessed today to be together with our family here at Belvedere, to be with our brothers and sisters where we can see your presence in each and every one of them, God. We can feel your presence through the people who are sitting right next to us, through the songs that we sing together, through the message that we're going to hear by our speaker, Nancy Jubb. Heavenly Parents, and we're so grateful to have her to share from her own experience, her own testimony about how cleaning and really cleaning her environment has made such a huge difference for her. God, we really want to open up our hearts and our minds to receive this message today. Please be with each and every one of us. And we also want to pray for all those who might be struggling today. Pray that they can be lifted up through this experience. And if they're not here in this room, that they can be lifted up through the interactions with our brothers and sisters who are here. God, we love you so much. We're with you. And I pray and report this in my name, Justin Okamoto, of a Blessed Central Family, Jew.
Well, Pastor Justin pretty much said most of what I was going to say. I'm so happy to see a lot of young ladies here because this message, I think, is going to be a parent's dream that all their girls come here and find out why they should clean up their room. So pay attention. And it's an amazingly beautiful topic, how to create an environment. And I think I'm really inspired that Nancy Jubb is going to come here and give us an idea of how to look at the place we live in, we work in, we fellowship in, how to make it extra beautiful, and how to eliminate the things that are not so beautiful from our life, and the mess and the clutter that just serves to make life annoying. So let's all give a big hand and welcome up our speaker for today, Nancy Jubb.
Ooh, thank you. Yeah, thank you again for having me. I'm always grateful to Justin that I can come share and give him a break. I think he works really hard for this community, right? Let's give him a hand of appreciation. So, when Justin asked me to share about Marie Kondo, I was like, yes, I love talking about this experience because I tell many people that my experience doing the KonMari method really was a spiritual experience for me. So I'd like to share a few things that I learned from that. So yes, thank you for having me. Please bear with me if the slides don't exactly match because I'm reusing slides that I used in Clifton last year. But the words are fresh here today. Yeah, so I think the last time that I was here, I shared with you all that I believe it was Marcus Aurelius who said, the unexamined life is not worth living, right? And so a big part of my spiritual journey has been to really discover who I am and what do I like. I would hate it when people would ask me this, like, what's your favorite movie? And I'm like, oh, like, I love lots of movies. I don't know. Or like, what's your favorite? My kids will ask me, what's your favorite color? And it's like, oh, like, and there is this feeling like I don't really know anymore. I think if you asked me when I was like 7, I would have been like red. Red is my favorite color, or pink. Pink is my favorite color. And I could give you like a clear answer. But I think that as we grow older and we our focus becomes much more on like what's going on around us and our circumstances, we kind of lose touch with ourselves. And I think that on my spiritual journey, I'm really learning also how it's really important not just to have a feeling of knowing, but like, what does that feeling feel like also? There's a really critical component of that, of like feeling it in your body. And I'll share a little bit more about that as we go through the slides today. But for those of you who don't know Marie Kondo, I'm going to show you the trailer to her TV show, which I highly recommend on Netflix. So if you'll hit play.
have so much stuff.
It's a never-ending battle to fight the clutter. With the baby coming, we got to get our stuff in order. We had to downsize from a 4-story house to a 2-bedroom apartment.
I lost my husband. I don't know that I have everything it takes to get rid of his belongings. Hello, I'm Maria Kondo. 私のミッションは片付けによって世界をときめかせていくことです。It's that tidy.
This girl's no joke. This is amazing.
We have too much stuff. It's efficient.
It's so hard to let it go. I don't want to just, dump it. I want to be thoughtful about it. Choose items that spark joy for you.
Spark joy. It's not as easy as I thought it was going to be.
We're on board. We want to change. I just want it to be strong enough to change me.
I can let it go. Arigato.
I am going to figure out what sparks joy in my life. I can't believe you can touch the carpet.
New day, new joy. Thank you for being here for us and wanting to help us.
I hope you know how much this means to me.
Here we go.
Yeah, so this is old, actually. It's been out for a few years, but highly recommend it if you like tidying up shows. I love the before and after, right? So I'll just explain a little bit of her process and her method so that we all understand. So the KonMari method is to have a tidying festival. And what that means is that you prepare first. Before you even start cleaning, you have to prepare. And you have to think about, how do I feel right now when I think about my things? How do I feel about it right now? And I was very lucky that when I decided to do this, a friend of a friend was becoming certified in this method. And so she needed practice clients. And she was like, okay, I will take you on as a client for free. But if you don't complete the tidying festival, you have to pay me $300 for each session. Because that's my time and your time, and we don't want to waste each other's time, right? And I was like, perfect, good motivator. I do not want to spend that money. So she came and she met me and she was like, how do you feel now when you think about your things? And I was like, I feel oppressed by my children's toys. Like I feel like I clean and it's like the next minute it gets like crazy again. I don't like feeling this way. And then she was like, okay, now imagine your ideal living space. Close your eyes and really imagine, what do you see? And connecting with that image of what you want to achieve. And how do you feel when you imagine your ideal living space? And this is a really important part of the process, is how does it make me feel inside? That is what we're striving for. It's not some kind of expectation or like just a mental picture, but it's really a feeling that you carry in your heart, in your body. And then they recommend, like, you can make a vision board, or you can take pictures, of other things that inspire you. Like, oh, I like this. This is how I want it to look or feel. And you kind of pull that all together. And then it's a process of about 6 weeks. So if week 1 is clothes, you do it by a category. You don't actually do it by room in your house. So if it's clothes, you have to get all of your clothes, like everything. From the attic, from storage, from your car, from the laundry. Like, you have to get everything. And then you put it on your bed in a big pile. Like, put all of it there, And then it's like, then you look at it and it's like, how do you feel when you look at this pile of clothes? And we'll go through that a little bit more. Then week 2 is books, then papers. Oh, I'm a paper hoarder. Papers, clothes. Then week 4, 5 is komono, which is like miscellaneous things. That category for me was like my kids' toys, tech equipment, office, items, just lots of little other categories. And her book, Spark Joy, also talks about, what those categories could be for yourself. And then the last week is sentimental items. So you save the sentimental items for the last thing. If there's something in the clothes category, you're like, oh, this is like really meaningful to me, then you put it in the sentimental category instead of with all of the clothes. Yeah. So the first thing that I really learned is to be honest. And I think this is the hardest thing to do many times because we kind of trick ourselves into believing that the situation is fine. It's fine. It's fine, right? But you have to be really honest. So this was all of my clothes that I had to put on my bed. Yeah, it was. She asked me. She was like, Elise was like, how do you feel when you look at your clothes? And I was like, I feel embarrassed because I always complain that I have nothing to wear. And then when I look at this pile, I'm like, I have so much clothes. I have so many clothes. Why do I feel like I have nothing to wear? And it was embarrassing. I really felt like, oh, and I felt like, oh, I've accumulated too much. I feel a little bit like a hoarder, like, okay, yeah. But it's really important to be honest about where you're at. Because if you're not honest about your situation right now, you can't fix the situation. And I think that that's very true about our history and our feelings too. If you're angry, acknowledge that anger. If you're sad, acknowledge that sadness. If you're happy, acknowledge your happiness too. Sometimes we don't even take the moment to let ourselves be proud of ourselves because we feel that's selfish. But it's really important to acknowledge and accept where I'm at. Those are how many bags I purged of my clothes. Yeah, from being really honest. Father Moon shared these words. He said, somewhere within you is an invisible boundary that puts you either on the side of Satan or on the side of God. The one criterion God has given throughout history is whether or not a person's purpose is selfless and public-minded. I think I feel very differently about those words looking at them today. Again, these are slides from last year. And I'm not quite sure what point I was getting at when I first put those slides together, but in order to really I think that saying being on the side of God and being on the side of Satan is really divisive. It's very oppositional. And I think that I've grown through a process now where I no longer see things as like good and bad and Satan is attacking me, because actually I feel that if we really come to a place of divine love and acceptance, where we can acknowledge our true feelings, we can embrace and be compassionate to ourselves and practice God's love, then truthfully, Satan is me. Satan is my brother. Satan is my family, because the things that we say that Satan is attacking us are actually just the same as me losing my temper too. It's my own suffering subconsciously driving me to react. And so I just wanted to say, I feel it's important to acknowledge that I don't really see things as kind of on this, you're either for God or you're either for Satan. Because if you're really for God, then you're also for, you will be able to embrace Satan. But the starting point is honesty with yourself. Why do we get mad when the other person gets mad at us? Because we're not grounded. We don't feel safe. We don't feel that we have the space to be honest about where we're at. And so then when somebody else has the audacity to be angry and honest, we're like, how dare you? I'm not allowed to be angry. How can you be angry? You know? Yeah, so thanks for bearing with me on this non-linear journey. The second thing I learned is joy, not fear. So the process is that, okay, you start with the clothes category, right? And you think like, okay, spark joy. Like my husband would teases me now, like, does it spark joy for you? And I'm like, yes, it does. But how do you know what makes you joyful? How do you know what sparks joy, right? Like that question, what's your favorite movie? I don't know. So what you do is she makes it very clear that when you start with any category, you pick the first thing that you touch, and you have to touch it, is the thing you know you love. So I picked up this dress and I was like, when I wear this dress, I love it and I feel awesome. And you close your eyes and you think about how does it make me feel? And it's like, you can feel it in your body. When I wear this dress, I'm like, I look like a boss, you know? And that feeling is your baseline joy. So that when you're not sure, you can go back to that item and pick it up again and be like, okay, yes, okay, this is my joy. Okay, does it feel the same? Oh, okay. Maybe it used to bring you joy. Maybe it gave you joy, it gave me joy many years ago, but it doesn't give me that kind of joy right now. And that's okay. That's okay. Again, being honest and finding the joy. And then when you have all of the things that give you joy and you've let go of the things that don't, it just creates more joy. My closet doesn't look like this anymore. But my sister is here helping me to get back to this place. So, but yeah, like suddenly my closet was not so stuffed that like when I take out one thing, 4 things come out because it's so stuck together, right? There was space. It felt like everything could breathe. And then right here, I don't know if there's is there a pointer on this? Yeah. So right here, I had hung up like coats and belts and things. And Elise, who was helping me through this process the first time, was like, when you walk into the closet, you should hang something that you love right here. Maybe it's something that you can't wear all the time. So I was like, oh, my hanbok. I just got it from Korea like a few years ago and I don't get to wear it, but I love it. And she was like, hang it up. So when you open your closet, it's like joy. And I was like, yes, yeah. So I hung it up right there, and it did. It really made me happy to see it when I would open my closet. And then even she was like, she's a professional organizer, by the way. So like she had some good tips also. But she was like, here at eye level in your closet, you want some more space. So maybe put some pictures or some things that make you happy to look at. I was like, oh, that's a good idea. Okay, yeah. Yeah. So my drawers, the folding method Marie Kondo talks about. Yeah. So in Romans 12:1-2, Scripture says, I appeal to you, therefore, brothers, by the mercies of God, to present your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable to God, which is your spiritual worship. Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind, that by testing you may discern what is the will of God, what is good and acceptable and perfect. So by connecting to my joy in this process, and it was 6 weeks of doing this. You have to touch every single item. It's not like, it's not just kind of like look at it and then toss it. You have to hold it and really feel something in your heart. And then I noticed that over the course of these 6 weeks, I became more and more clear within myself in my decision making. And it even spilled over into work. At the time, I was the communications director at headquarters. And I don't think that we had a team yet at that time. I had just come on board. And I remember getting really frustrated because there was like a social media campaign that I really wanted to do. And I was like waiting for Dr. Kim's approval. And I was trying so hard to explain it to him. Like, okay, so like, this is why Facebook is important, because things can go viral and it can reach many people, explaining all of these things. But the approval didn't come. Like the clear yes or no didn't come. And I was waiting and waiting, and I was getting so frustrated. And then through this process of really being clear, really being honest, connecting to what is joyful, that feeling in my heart, in my chest, like in my chest area, I can feel the sensation of it. Suddenly I started to get really clear, and I was like, I don't need to wait for his approval, actually. This is really important, and I believe it with my whole heart and soul. His generation he doesn't know social media, so of course, he's going to struggle to understand. If I trust myself and I trust that God is really speaking to me, then I will take ownership. And if that fails, I will take responsibility if it fails. But I feel very strongly. And so it was like, my husband would always say, like, ask for forgiveness, not for permission. But it was very, very true. And then I felt confident, like, I believe that this is right. I need to do this. I'm going to do it. And I did it, and it was great. And we had great results. And I could report and share that at the end. But it was like that because I didn't trust myself. So I'm waiting for somebody else to tell me what to do. But that's not what God wants for each and every one of us as his children. In order for us to really become who God means for us to be, we must connect within ourselves. And that's why I really liked this scripture that your body will tell you. There is wisdom within us. If God created us, even though we are fallen beings, that divinity exists already inside. But how do I connect to that? How do I trust myself? How do I feel it more strongly. So even if you choose to do this process or whatever it is you do, prayer, meditation, whatever it is that you do to connect with God, I would like to suggest that take a moment to feel what are the physical sensations in my body also. Do I feel like butterflies in my heart? Do I feel a pit in my stomach? Do I feel stress in my shoulders? Does my mind feel like really tight and heavy? And notice those feelings too. Notice what's going on within me. Then the last point is to let it go with gratitude. And I really love this about Marie Kondo is that she is, her method is very spiritual. It's not just like get rid of everything, minimalism, because I am not a minimalist. I love things. You can ask my sister, I love shopping. I buy too many things. But I really love this, like, let it go with gratitude. And so when I would pick up my clothes and it would be like, oh, I really used to love you. Like, thank you for making me feel that way. And now I can offer you up into the world so that somebody else can now use that and feel beautiful. Or maybe sometimes we buy something and we never wear it, right? And then we feel like this, like kind of ashamed, like, oh, I wasted my money. This is terrible, right? But actually, like, she talks about in her book, like, even if you buy it and you don't use it, you can say, thank you for teaching me. Thank you for helping me to realize actually what I don't like. And then say thank you and let it go. Like, you don't need to be angry at yourself. You can be grateful about each thing. And so, yeah, I really love that. This is like one of my favorite books. I talk about it a lot. Praying Like Monks, Living Like Fools by Tyler Staton. If you hate praying or you just like struggle with it, this is an amazing book. But in the book, he says, when we trust God with our worldview, but not our current experience in the world, we are falling victim to the lure of control. How many of us are exhausted, overwhelmed, and chronically anxious because we're trying to satisfy good desires by the wrong means? Prayer replaces control with trust. A God-given desire is only fulfilled by God-given means. And I think that when we go through this process of learning to develop trust within ourselves, it also helps us to trust God and to trust the situation more too. In the slide on the point about joy, not fear, we don't even realize how much fear drives our every decision without even realizing it. We are making decisions out of fear all the time. Fear of, what is this person going to think about me? What am I doing the right thing or the wrong thing? Is this correct? You know, fear drives us all the time. Majority of my clothes that I had on that pile, I was like, just in case. Just in case I gain weight, I need to keep these pants. And just in case I lose weight, I need to keep these pants. And just in case, like, something bad happens, like, it was just in case for everything. And so going back also to that point about being honest, I was like, whoa, yes, I'm making so many decisions out of fear. At work, oh, if I do this social media campaign, am I going to get in trouble? Is Dr. Kim going to yell at me? You know, is Dr. Balcom going to get really upset? Like, oh, I don't know, right? And that fear keeps us stuck. So then to be honest, to connect with the joy in my heart, and then to trust, to let go, that I need to control the situation, that I need to have everything planned just in case. That's impossible. You will box yourself in. You will limit yourself. You will limit your true God-given ability by always thinking out of fear. And so prayer is one of the ways that we can practice that trust with God, right? But I really, really, really want people to understand that God is not just out here, and trust is not just out here in the, ethereal whatever. That trust is also in here, and God is also in here. And the more that we start to feel that oneness, right? We talk about mind and body unity. But how often when we're talking to somebody, we have no awareness of what I'm feeling. We're so focused on like what's going on outside of ourselves. We lose all touch with like what's going on, my emotions, even my physical body sensations. And so that trust is going to touch the divine, and it will strengthen and give you courage and compassion and really be able to practice God's love. Mother Moon shared, I have but one life goal, to live in utmost gratitude. Today, I will be more grateful than yesterday. Tomorrow, I will be yet more grateful. And this is one of my favorite quotes because my sister and I were talking about this, and like, she likes to ask like the really big, deep questions, like the big questions, like, what is love? Like not just like I love, right? But like, how does it feel? How does love really feel? All the different facets and expressions of it. And we were talking, and like, I think both of us feel, although maybe you can ask her after the service, but for me, I can say that I do really believe that gratitude is one of the deepest feelings of love that you can experience and that you can share. And so letting go with gratitude is a practice of love. And by practicing it with the small little objects, it's practicing a muscle inside of ourselves so that we can be grateful in other areas of our life, that it spills over. And the more we practice it, the more that we really feel it, that then spills over into our life, and our muscle grows stronger and stronger and stronger. And for those of you who've read Atlas of the Heart by Brené Brown, she talks about the upward spiral. People who practice gratitude, like actively practice, intentionally practice gratitude, feeling it and expressing it, experience more moments of spontaneous, pure joy. And not the kind of joy where like, wow, I'm so happy, something bad is going to happen. That's actually not real joy. It's something called foreboding joy, and it's connected with our anxiety. True joy is like this. I know most of you probably haven't done drugs, but like it feels like you're on drugs. I don't know how else to say it. You feel like you are soaring. You feel like this, like, life is amazing. And there isn't room for this, like, for that worry. Like, it just doesn't even occur to you. It does, like the thought like something bad might happen just doesn't come into your awareness because you're just so full. And yeah, the more you practice gratitude, the more you experience spontaneous moments of joy, right? I think like in Japanese culture, there is like this, it's baked into the culture of appreciation, right? To go out into nature and to see the sakura blossoms and to feel that connection with nature and the beauty of it. And like that joy that you just notice, right? How many of us like drive home and we just like check out mentally? But then every so often you're like, wow, the clouds are so beautiful today. Right? And then the more spontaneous joy that you experience, the more joy you experience, the more you also will spontaneously feel gratitude. And so scientists, emotional researchers, they call it the upward spiral. Your life just becomes richer and richer and richer. So little bonus content point is that spiritual experience is the listening inside. Last week, I got to be part of a podcast that we are launching for Reverend Dunkley called the Peace Starts With Me podcast. And he's going to be interviewing all of these like just civic leaders, people, you know, of influence in all over society. And there was one interview that we had with Reverend Shay Maltzby of the Unity Church in Lafayette, New Jersey. And she was sharing her journey, and she was like, when I discovered prayer and meditation, it was like spiritual dynamite. I was like, yes, oh, I know what you're talking about. And she was explaining that like prayer is like active, right? You're like actively expressing something or talking to God. But how often do we take time? And some people do this in prayer. They do meditative prayer or contemplative prayer, right? Where you kind of quiet yourself to listen to what is God speaking to me. And so whether it's prayer or meditation or Marie Kondo, it is a practice of listening inside. What is God speaking to me right now? And if you'd like to take it a step further and to kind of learn more about like our emotions and how to express them and what am I feeling, to also feel more clarity with that, there is Atlas of the Heart is also available as a 3-episode miniseries on HBO. And so I just wanted to show this trailer because I also love Brene Brown. So
here's what I'm going to tell you about the portal that we're getting ready to go into. It's going to hurt. You're not going to be able to come back. You probably do not fully know what's on the other side, and you will not be able to unsee it. Ready? A couple of y'all like, this is bullshit. This was not in the waiver. How many of you know the feeling that your life is unfolding faster than what you can manage? Language is the greatest human portal that we have. Having access to the right words changes everything. We're here to figure out how do we cultivate meaningful connection with ourselves and each other. I may even subject myself to some very difficult role plays.
I feel like I'm about to lose my job.
Oh my gosh, you poor thing. Bless your heart. Okay, let's stop. I can't take it. If you can understand the connection between how people think, feel, and behave, and how those three things are connected, you understand everything. I think we can be really daring in our adventures with the right language and a big, full heart. We'll see if you're still standing after this episode.
Yes. So today, while we're cleaning up, I would like to invite you to use this moment, use this time as an opportunity to practice that. Like, how do I feel in this space? What do I want to feel in this space? How do I let things go with gratitude? What are the things that really bring me joy? And to connect to those things. Because when we feel connected to ourselves, we feel connected with each other, and we feel connected to the divine. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you, Nancy. That was amazing. Today I learned that I'm a just in case guy. I keep a lot of stuff just in case. And I also learned a new term, foreboding joy. Oh, that is an amazing thing to think about, as opposed to true joy. Wow, there was a lot of amazing insights in there. But instead of going into our sharing, because we got a lot of cleaning up to do, we have a lot of looking at stuff and seeing if they spark joy. We're going to do that today. So let's wrap this up with a song, and we'll pass it on to Pastor Justin to go to the next phase.
Thank you so much. Thanks again, Nancy, for sharing such amazing content with us. So yeah, right after the song, we will have an opportunity to practice what we just received today. So there's going to be four main kind of options. One is to help out at the kitchen, where we're going to practice some of that. Figure out what sparks joy in the kitchen. What do we want to let go of? Another room is going to be the baby room, whatever we want to call it, but the room right over there where the babies usually stay. And then another option is the garden, another opportunity to kind of take a look, envision what it could be, feel that joy of being in the garden. And the last choice will be up there in the playground area, where we'll have another opportunity. So in your mind, you can make your choice, which one you'd like to go to. And also we have Nancy's sister Jennifer is here to also help to facilitate that kind of discovery process. So we're very lucky today. But without further ado, let's sing one more song. We're going to sing I Can See Clearly Now one more time. So let's all stand up. We're going to sing I Can See Clearly Now. Yeah. All right, let's do it.
See all obstacles in be fine. It's gonna be a
Bright,
sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. Yes, I can make it now. The pain is gone. All the bad feelings have disappeared. Here is the rainbow I've been praying for. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. Sunshiny day. Look all around, there's nothing but blue skies. Look straight ahead, it's nothing but blue skies. I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. I can see all the obstacles in my way. Here is the rainbow I've been praying for. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. Look all around, there's nothing but blue skies. Look straight ahead, there's nothing but blue skies. I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. I can see all the obstacles in my way. Here is the rainbow I've been praying for. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. All right, thank you, brothers and sisters. That was beautiful. Let's have a beautiful week together. So yeah, again, if you'd like to stay behind and help out with the cleanup, we'll be in the baby room, the kitchen, or in the garden, or up there. And also, we also have a wonderful lunch that you can enjoy to support the ACLC. And also, final thing is, if you'd like to learn more about the Marie Kondo method, Nancy's sister Jennifer's actually being certified in the method itself. So if you want to ask her all kinds of questions, feel free to connect with her. Maybe you want to raise your hand so people know who I'm talking about. Okay. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. Have a great week. God bless you.
I don't know.
Oh. I never. I feel like I'm always like whenever practice, I'm always thrown off like when it is, and I'm not like practicing like on my own. I'm like, oh gosh.